Folks, it's the Don. Back at it again with another YouTube video. Sorry for the short break. I didn't have access to a microphone for about a week, but we're back and we're going to be grinding out some videos. So, we've got some VG Silver ranked gameplay for you guys. I'm currently playing Skaarf, one of my favorite heroes in the game, hands down. The guy just absolutely slaps. He's a monster. If you can get Skaarf 4 item, you just pick up a Frostburn, you pick up an Eve, you pick up either a Clockwork or a Broken Myth after that, and you're just going to be slapping the other kids around. I mean, Skaarf is, he's really, really good this patch. Now, I think I can say this because I'm allowed to stream PvE now, but next patch, Clockwork is getting changed significantly. It's no longer going to just give a flat CD reduction of around 45% or something. Next patch it's going to be around, I think, 35% CD. And so instead of being able to spam out abilities with your A ability on Celeste or Skaarf, the passive for Clockwork is now every, I think, 4 seconds using an ability will it lowers the cooldowns of the other abilities by a certain percentage or a couple of seconds. So you're not going to be able to throw out as many A's on a hero like Skaarf. You're not going to be able to spam, but you're going to be able to use more ultimates and whatnot. So the point of that is to sort of make Skaarf and other heroes, other powerful mages like him, slightly less strong, but still incentivizing you to use your abilities aggressively, and then you'll be able to just rock teams. But anyway, as you can see, I start this weapon blade, and I do this every single time I play Skaarf because it makes last hitting so much easier, and it also allows you to harass the other laner a lot because of Scarf's passive Fan the Flames. And Skaarf actually has the highest he has the highest weapon damage of any hero in the game, I think, at level 1. So yeah, his basic attack damage is actually insanely high, and that's because his basic attack range is the shortest in the game of any ranged hero. So to compensate for that, SEMC made his basic attacks do a lot of damage. So that's why I like to just complement that a little bit with a weapon blade right off the bat. So you can see we almost die here. Not quite. We're playing into some pretty good players. Varian is VG Silver, and I'm not sure who else we're going against, but I'm pretty sure we're going against at least 2 VG Silvers or players who were Vainglory-Skaarf last patch. But yeah, we're going to be doing our best here. We're going to be trying to CS, and currently we're sitting at 29 in 3 minutes, 32 in 3.5 minutes, so we're doing just fine. We're right on track. And if Skaarf gets fed, then he'll outscale almost every hero in the game if you play him correctly. Catherine with an absolutely stellar stun there. Swing and a miss. You can see I have the minion candy in the pocket. I always like to get that. It does pretty well, just for harassing other laners and whatnot. I decided to go Eve here. It doesn't really matter a whole lot whether you go Eve of Harvest or Frostburn first, but decided to play a little bit more passive and get Eve. Pick up that extra lifesteal though. And yeah, as you can see, I'm not really rotating down to jungle a whole lot. Earlier I tried to steal a mid and do a little bit of work in the jungle, but mostly just staying in lane and trying to CS, trying to get those numbers up. Catherine just getting her stacks up. Word to Starboy on Catherine. You can see Baptiste uses his B there, so I back off. I get away in time so that it doesn't quite stun me, and then I back off, and then the Eve go ahead and heals me back up. And then we're just trying to play a little bit of passive. Looks like Kroll is level 5? Level 5 or level 6? I can't quite tell. But once he gets level 6, we'll be able to win a fight pretty easily if he lands that stun. And they have Catherine Baptiste, which is a notoriously strong jungle support combination just because of all the hard crowd control from the stuns and the fears and the silences. But it doesn't actually do that well into Skaarf, just because Skaarf outranges Baptiste and Catherine, obviously, like at all points in the game. So if you can just, poke them from range, Baptiste can't do a whole lot. That being said, if he does get close and he manages to land a good B on me and then possibly fear me into it, then Vox could go really aggressive on me and could get some good damage in. But that doesn't happen because we're not going to let it happen. Lance there's working him a little bit, stunning. I decide to go ahead and use the Dragon's Breath, but I unfortunately get feared out of it. Probably a mistake. Kroll goes in here. Yeah, this Kroll actually was not good at all. I'm remembering now. He just kept going in at terrible times. Like that point right there made no sense. My ultimate was down and he had no health going into a hard crowd control comp. He's gonna die there. So yeah, he unfortunately gets picked off, but I'm still sitting at 63 CS, about to get 68 or yeah, 68. And after this, I'm going to go ahead and pick up a Frostburn. I pretty much do that every single game, just get Frostburn Eve on Skaarf. It delays my power spike slightly because I don't get Broken Myth, but the utility that you get from those two items is insane. It's really good. So yeah, we'll just drop back, shop, pick up an Eclipse Prism, and then go back to lane, continue to farm. Kroll had me nervous. These players that we're going into, they're not bad. I mean, they're good players. So, if our jungler is dying or is not doing that well for himself, then it's not that great. He goes ahead and throws a boomerang there, and he manages to land it on Catherine, but he goes way too deep and he dies yet again. I mean, I'm trying to follow up, I'm trying to re-engage, but throwing a boomerang and landing it on the support doesn't really get you a whole lot because we're not going to be able to burst down one of their carries before she's able to use her fountain again, because she can't while she's stunned, so it really doesn't do much at all. A smarter decision would have just been to throw the sword directly into one of the carries, but yeah, Kroll goes ahead and dies yet again. I'm afraid we're going to give a gold mine here, but they're not getting it. Catherine manages to land a silence on me there, and then I'm feared again. Kroll goes in and dies again. Kroll's just playing this way too aggressive. As you can see, I'm just trying to keep my distance. I know we can't 2v3 yet, and I have 1,400 unspent gold, so I don't really want to fight. I just want to not let them get gold mine. But I know that I can beat most Skaarfs. I mean, I'm going to go out on the limb and say I could beat almost every Skaarf in the game, late game, if we're even in gold and I'm on Skaarf. As long as their comp isn't a crazy diving comp and I don't have any support. But it's fairly easy to play Celeste in a Skaarf late game. You just have to, not get melted. Just stay back and your Eve is just going to keep you alive. So you're going to see me trying to do that, but already Kroll has died 3 times, but because me and Lavar on Lance haven't died yet, we haven't given up any objectives, so we're doing alright for ourselves. You can see I pick up an Infuse here, which is a pretty significant power spike for me, especially considering I just hit level 8. So yeah, I'm definitely okay with fighting here. Just sort of waiting for Kroll or Lance to land a decent stun or some kind of engage, some kind of root, some kind of impale. But yeah, I want Kroll to go in here. We kind of need vision, but we're going to see what happens. Catherine goes into me, sort of a waste of a stun. Kroll misses his sword, but he does end up boomeranging it. And right now, because of all the damage that I have, we're able to burst her down before she can fountain. Lance blocks the Crucible. Lance blocks the fear from Baptiste with his Crucible, and then now we're going to go ahead and keep pushing lane. We're going to go ahead and get some good damage off on Vox. Do we end up killing him? Not quite, almost. Yeah, okay, the Dragon's Breath comes out, and we end up killing him, and then Baptiste goes in. He almost gets a kill on me there. He's empowered, but we managed to land an A-B combo, burst him down, and that's big for us, because if I were to die there, then they possibly get my mid or something, and they just get a little bit more map control. But because I managed to get the kill there, we managed to get the first turret, and that's some more bounty gold in the pocket. I have 2,500 gold here, so that's quite good. I'm almost 3 item, 10 minutes in, just because I haven't died yet and I've been focusing on CSing the whole game. So we can almost go ahead and pick up a broken myth here, which is a massive power spike for Scarf. But not quite. But once we get that, we should be able to just decimate the other team. Fox drops here. Yeah, as you can see, just an A/B combo while I've got the infuse active is just, it melts. I'm 100 short of a broken myth here, so it's a little bit of an awkward time for us to be fighting, but you know, I'm trying to just stay out of range and just keep poking. So we're doing well for ourselves. We want to get gold mine and go ahead and pick up the broken myth, and now I know we're going to win the next fight, guaranteed, as long as I play it as I should. So looks like their position is a little awkward. Kroll whiffs another sword, so we go ahead and gives him the thumbs up ping because we're toxic. Yeah, we're just going to continue harassing, continue poking, and making sure not to get too close to either Batiste or Catherine, because I do not have a block, but I am out damaging all of them, so we're doing well for ourselves. Try to get a couple broken myth stacks in here. Yeah, hit the hard engage there. He manages to block the silence because he's a freaking god at this game. He blocks every silence. However, the fear does come out, but go ahead, right after the AB combo, toss in the ult. It's a level 2. We pick up a kill right there, and then land the double root. Pick up the kill on Catherine, and then Batiste does manage to get out of that goop. He does manage to get away safely. And here I could challenge it, but I know he's probably going to pick up that mid right below me, so he's going to come out with more health. So just play a little passive, pick up some more CS, and go ahead and port home. Spend another 1,500 gold, but that's another win for us. Kroll died yet again. I mean, he had another bad fight. This Kroll was on one this game. But yeah, right there, pick up another infuse. I'm 3 item. They don't have much shield, so I want to fight, and I want to get gold mine, and I want to win this game. Yeah, I think all 3 of these guys are either currently VG Silver or are VG Silver. So this is a high elo game. We do manage to play it pretty well up to this point. As I'm yet to die, we're still pretty farmed. Kroll once again goes for a boomerang on Catherine, which I don't really love that decision because good support should be blocking that, but she didn't, so whatever. So we managed to pick up the kill on that. Right after that, go ahead and pick up gold mine because it's just all about getting objectives, all about farming. Vox makes a good play here. He sees that we're getting gold mine. He sees that they lost a member of their team, so he gets turret. But yeah, I have another 1,600 gold, so in some situations I would go ahead and pick up an Aegis here. But in this case, I knew that our Kroll wasn't very good, so I sell the light armor and I pick up a chronograph to build towards the clockwork because I want to be doing as much damage as possible. And yeah, I just want to hard carry this game. So instead of getting an Aegis, just try to play it a little bit more aggressive and just try to position well so I don't end up dying to the Batiste. But yeah, we're gonna just keep farming, keep CSing, sitting at 145 in 14 and a half minutes. It's quite good, and that's before this, so we're farming a little bit more than 10 a minute. I can shop a clockwork here, which is huge. So if you're ever at a point in the game where you're at 4 item Scarf and it's under 15 minutes, you should win that game. I mean, that's your game to lose right there. I remember I saw Gangstar's game. Gangstar's against Status's team. It's not Tribe. Or, I don't know. It might have been Tribe at the time. But Tribe is now Dienzio. I think it was Tribe at the time. But anyway, Lulu Zoo, who I think that's how you pronounce it, but he's a god, Scarf. It's like his best hero by far. He was 4-item in 15 minutes, but they were still playing passive, and they weren't picking team fights, and they ended up losing the game somehow, despite them being like up in kills and winning team fights. So you got to make sure that when you have this lead, you're continuing to pick team fights and continuing to try to play aggressive. It is quite difficult to engage in this team because Kroll was just playing a little weird, and they have so much hard CC. I mean, they have Vox Catherine, which in of itself is a double silence, and then they also have a Fear and another, 2 stuns from Baptiste and Catherine. So go ahead and port home here after I see that they're not taking Kraken, pick up another Crystal Infusion, and then go out and try to pick some more fights. You can see Varian has an Aegis here, but Baptiste has no shield. So Scarf into Baptiste. Scarf counters that pretty hard, as long as you don't overextend. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and farm, force lane, or try to force a fight, and then continue to just sort of push our lead. So right here, in this situation, we could have possibly gone for Kraken, because I would melt it being a 4-item Scarf, and it looked like we actually might have been able to, but we decided to play it passive and not. Right here, Lance, watch this. He has a fantastic triple stun into that wall. I throw a goop on that. He stuns them into the goop. Kroll misses his sword, which is fantastic, but then I go ahead and land a triple Dragon's Breath. We go ahead and win that fight pretty decisively. And that was off the back of Lance landing a fantastic Githian wall to stun all 3 of those heroes. And I land 2 more Spitfires on Baptiste. He's forced to port home and go ahead and just kill this turret as fast as possible. But that fight, if you want to go back and watch it, I mean, it's a fairly good team fight because I'm positioned like right where I am now, but I managed to damage all 3 members of the enemy team, and they couldn't damage me at all because just of how I was positioned. So I credit a lot of that to the Lance. That was a good team fight, but go ahead and sell and resell the boots so that I can have a sprint ready and pick up an Aegis. So I'm full build. I don't even need any more farm. Kroll just once again gets caught out, but in the end it works out in our favor just because of how much damage we end up doing. This is a 2v3 situation right now, so I do not want to get caught out, do not want to throw here. Lance goes ahead and Fountain. He lands a Root on Baptiste, which is fantastic. And as you can see, right after I throw the Spitfire, I go ahead and click the ultimate, and then we manage to pick up a double kill and sort of save a situation where Kroll once again went in and died. But right here, I'm pinging that we should go ahead and try to push to win. This is risky because Vox goes in on me. He dodges my first Spitfire with his A. I miss my second one. He blocks the Atlas, so then he ends up double killing. So that's the risk that you take when you're trying to 1v1 a Vox if you don't have that much support. So he ends up picking up that and then gets Kraken. So it's not the end of the world. It's only my first death, but yeah, was a bit of a throw, but I'm gonna go for that in every situation, so it's whatever. If I can keep you guys posted on some news, Aquemini, the account that I was trying to get Vainglorious with no losses, I ended up getting it Vainglorious Bronze. I believe I was around 96 and 2. I ended up losing twice. Both were like impossible to win. But then after that, I got it VG Silver, and it's currently at a record of around, I think, 107 wins and 3 losses. So that's the highest win rate of any VG Silver in NA. But I'm gonna try to start a series to get Vainglorious Gold on Aquemini, my alternate account. And as you can see, Kroll lands a fantastic sword there for the first time in the game, really, on Vox, and that pretty much secures the game. I'm a late game 4-item Scarf, and I counter their Batiste, so Vox does manage to get away there, but you know, at this point, it's pretty much game over. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully, you maybe learned how to play Scarf a little bit better. If not, then if not, I'm sorry, but yeah, here's some gameplay for you. Go ahead, push in here, almost get the win. I should have a lot more videos coming out soon, so if you want to see some more VG Silver ranked gameplay on either of my accounts, make sure to like and subscribe, and feel free to friend me in game. And if you want to play a game, you want to play casual, want to play Blitz, whatever, I'm 100% down to do that. So should have some more videos coming out soon, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Louis Vuitton down out.